Good afternoon, or whatever time it is in your time zone. I feel like I've been a little negative recently in alphabet streams, maybe, or just expressing myself, whatever positivity there is, not so well. I kind of want to try to be more positive, so I forgot to go to look at this in location. There we go. Rothro's Hold, How to Keep Idiots Busy. Well, that's a good time for positivity. By Rothro Budkin. Rothro's Hold, it teaches you how to keep idiots busy. Someday you might thank me. Okay. Rothro went down the stairs and saw many idiots. So is the idea that roaches are the idiots? Okay. I was feeling impatient about cleaning up that last roach, so I did it that way. I don't know if waiting to open the door until after I had broken the wall would have made any difference. It doesn't seem like it. Also, I can't help but notice there's some broken wall here that seems to lead to that blue door, but it doesn't. Oh, never mind. These aren't actual room exits. Hello. Okay then. Well, maybe this is where you're supposed to exit the level? That's a really strange place to put the blue door, though. Especially with the room border not matching up, making that southmost tile, those southmost 3 tiles kind of weirdly placed. Hold on. I had a sneeze coming, but it went away. I mowed this morning. I took Benadryl, so I'm both mildly sleepy and more prone to sneezing than usual. So, hopefully that won't come out too much. Okay, now let's go west. Oh. You're one of these rooms, are you? Okay. When I said that, I thought that the timer would very quickly start releasing roaches, but it turns out that it's not. Not what I was thinking of. Interesting. So I see what I think must be an intended snake trap right here with this scroll. Kind of an interesting decision to put it there. This is easy, not smiley face. Keep in mind, this is not smiley face. I don't actually know what about this they thought was not easy, ultimately. It's pretty easy. Might be harder if you challenged yourself to not use this snake trap that's right here in the way. But I did use it. The arrow really wants me to go south. Or maybe it just really hates that brain. Or maybe it really likes that brain. In which case it's going to be very disappointing when I kill it. Here's a sudden change in style, right? Yeah. This looks interesting, actually. Looks like I just need to back swipe the right way, though. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. Now, there's nothing but a bunch of roaches here. Oh, that's interesting. This is rooted hole based, so it's possible. So how do I do this? Oh, duh. There we go. The solution was a cracked wall the whole time. And this one is weirdly easy. Okay. Oh, hey, there's an exit to the south here. Beep. Oh, I kind of half guessed and half understood. Yeah, these orbs all just arbitrarily close these doors. I don't know exactly how that was supposed to enhance the difficulty. How you found the warp room? Level 3, level 2. Is that the longest? Is that how long this hold is? It might not be too bad then. Might not be too much to get through. So there's another blue door there, but there was a blue door back at the entrance too. But both of those require me to go the east way. Hi, giant thing. Alright, hopefully I can get away with not having the mothers around too long. Because that would lead to some pain, possibly. How is this walled? Okay. Huh. Is this a race to get there? Maybe. Maybe I'm meant to enter from the other direction? Well, no, I have to hit an orb to do that. There's secret walls here, but that arrow is pointed the other way. Yeah, I might try that. Okay, that's a something. So there's just a single mandatory spawn, and then it's the room I thought it was afterward. Okay then. That's a mildly clever trick. I probably don't need F3 anymore. Okay. Now I can hit the orb and go. Don't hit that orb, you know what will happen. I'll stand here and hold plus for a bit. This is maybe not the most efficient way to do this, but I knew it would work, so I went for it. Alright, here is Wraithwings, the room. I'm not sure exactly what the best way to approach this is. Seems like maybe getting into the middle would be a better idea, but that's getting me killed. Maybe I should turn my sword another way. No, I think the way I was starting was probably better. Okay, here, this is kind of stable. There's just this giant row of Wraithwings being held in place by those pacing guys over down to the southeast. Alright. That was a thing. Now I just need to kill 2 of the leftovers and pin the last one against that broken wall in the middle of the room. Or I could try to pin him against the exit of the room, but since there's kind of an odd design to that, I don't want to try that. There we go. And exit level. Let's go find out what's in the entrance. After a quick trudge through some tar. So far, I don't know that I've learned anything about keeping idiots busy, but maybe that comes in the later levels. There's no exit here. Why is there a blue door? I pushed south at all of those tiles and nothing happened. That's really strange. Alright, well, down we go. He decided that he needed to teach them a lesson. Oh, this is a room start. Looks much worse than it is, though. The 30th turn just passed a little bit ago. Like, I could wait longer and get a spawn like a turn or 2 later, but this isn't the kind of room where I feel like that's going to be important, really. Okay. I guess I'll use the Mimic to kill these guys, since I was kindly provided with a Mimic. I mean, alternatively, I could find out what this orb does, but why do that? I feel like I might have broken this room, though. Like, maybe the orb was the intended solution, was to, like, hit the orb inside and fight the roaches myself, and then make the Mimic go hit the orb that's outside. That's kind of dull, though. This is easier. This is more interesting. Did I miss a room exit? No. This just dead ends here. So I guess I should go north. Oh, this is something. Looks like we're going to be killing all the snakes by hitting that orb, I guess. After a pretty long wait around to get into there. What interests me is that a puzzle like this that starts out looking kind of like this can be both really trivial, or it could be really interesting, depending on kind of who built it and what they wanted to do. I guess the outside orb is the one that closes off the snakes. But it's not nearly as long to get out as it is to get in. Control weight to the rescue. It's a smiley face. Look at the room west of here. It tells you a secret of how to keep idiots busy. Look at the room east of here. It tells you a secret on how to keep idiots busy. So this is the classic joke, like where you give someone a two-sided piece of paper. This hold was made with Drod AE, but was finished with Drod Jirth. Okay. Oh, also, you're not allowed to exit this room that way. This is a secret room. I guess you're just intended to restore? Okay. Well, that's a thing. But yeah, this is the piece of paper that says, learn how to keep an idiot busy, turn this over on both sides. Boy, this is a big bother. Originally I made it and completed it without a checkpoint, but I decided that people would kill me for not putting it in. I probably need this guy, huh? Oh, this is just kind of tedious. I mean, the idea of a guide goblin into Snake's room is supposed to be that the guiding the goblin part is meant to be interesting. Not that you just do the snake part a dozen times. I mean, you're basically having me repeat a task that isn't difficult several times in a row. Is this even fun to optimize? It doesn't seem like it would be. I don't know, I feel like with a single undo I'd be fine. Rooted Hold had undo, didn't it? At least single. Also, I might be playing slightly more carefully without unlimited undo, I guess. Possibly. I haven't needed to undo more than one turn much here. But I don't think that makes the room more interesting, it just makes it more frustrating. Having to retry all over again a thing that's already kind of a tedious task by design. Dead end. Not dead end. Somebody discovered that rock golems exist and was like, hey, did you know that rock golems? And I'm like, yeah, I knew that rock golems. What do you have to say? Make shapes. Well, I made a shape that looks like a diagonal going up, followed by a line going down, I guess? Okay. That was level 2, in which we actually employed the joke the hold seems to be named after. Level 3, here is where Rothro finishes up. Oh. Do I need to interact with that? I guess I probably do. At some point. Oh boy. So there's only one way into this, and I'm gonna have to go the entire everything here. Just to get that one brain. This is what we thought trapdoor puzzles were at some point, I guess. Like 90% of the time, if I'm not mistaken, any room in like official Draught holds that has this many trapdoors does not have a trapdoor gate. Like if it's a giant mass of trapdoors, they're not being used as eat every one. And if it's a puzzle of the form eat all the trapdoors, it's usually relatively small. Honestly, like the worst trapdoor I can think of is actually not a big one. I mean, in official holds. It's that room where like you have to hit a bunch of orbs and drop all the trapdoors. It's like a small room. And you have to do it in exactly the right order or else nothing works and you just get stuck. And that one is very small. Like, if you make a hard trapdoor room, you probably are making a small trapdoor room. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, if you feel compelled to make a gigantic trapdoor room, then it's possible that maybe you don't have a good idea for an actual trapdoor puzzle. Right? It seems like the two tend to be incompatible, because if you're trying to make a good trapdoor puzzle, then you have to test it yourself to make sure it works as intended, and you have to you're committed enough to quality to ask other people to test it as well, and you want them to not be discouraged by the size of the room too. You don't want to annoy yourself with a giant, meaningless mass of a room. Okay. Oops. It's a room where you're required to be facing the right direction coming in, or else. I guess we're done with the garden style, whatever that represented. I think I measured it so that there is only one way to do it. What is it? What did you measure? What did you do? I don't know what that means. So that's probably the hold-in stairs, unless there's something after level 3. Okay, this looks obnoxious, potentially. I can't even see... Are there any trapdoors in this room? Hold on. Let's fix this. Now I can see. Okay, there's Mr. Trapdoor. Well, with F3, this is an interesting room. Not that we had F3 technology at this time, when this originally came out. Because you essentially buy yourself an extra spawn by dropping the trapdoor. And that's enough. Now I just need to make it out of this mess and kill off the remaining babies. Yeah. This room isn't very polite. Okay, let's fix the settings back to normal. That's not the one I wanted. I think I keep it around here-ish. I don't know. I don't know what I did exactly to the environmental effects slider, so I'm hoping I don't suddenly regret it at some point and not realize why. Oh, these guys are brain. Do I really want to... How can I open this quickest? Okay. Okay. Alright, I see what the deal is now. My first priority should probably just be to hit the orbs, I guess. And that snake has taken good care of himself. That's good. This is going to get painful really quick, because these are brain queens, and brain queens don't play. I'd like to just kill them before they can get out, but I don't think that's an option. Well... I don't think this room is quite carefully crafted enough to ensure that they won't bunch up on themselves, so... Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, let's just try hunting down the ones that I can first. Alright, let's see. You guys are unbrained, so go north, please. This is not sustainable. I guess I'll kill these two and let those three be pushed out. Yeah, this would be easiest if I can be rid of the pre-existing queens before I open up any more. Because then I'm not worrying about the roaches from the pre-existing queens being behind me as I'm trying to... That was a bad idea. As I'm trying to clean out the new batches. Let's see. Okay, first order of business, let's try to get that snake taken care of. Because if I can get the snake to walk in here, this is a perfect snake trap. I just need to keep roaches out of my way long enough to do that. Thank you. Oh, no thank you. Thank you. There we go. Let's see if there's anything I can do of that nature. A lot of them... just aren't going to move. I could at least let those two get stuck, though. A little stuck. Never mind. This is why standard Horde room design does not let the queens run free. It just gets a little too chaotic, usually. If they're brained, I mean. Alright, this is much more manageable. And let's see. If I do this way, I've got 3 queens trapped under the roaches, and there we go. Now I just need to chase this last one down a bit. There we go. Okay, now I can do this, and maybe I can arrange for those queens to not all escape. That would be really helpful. Now that would be a cool puzzle, just a room where you have a small box of brained queens and you just need to keep them all from getting out. That might actually be a neat idea if it were kind of by itself. I don't think there's any way to prevent these from partially escaping. Maybe I should just make sure they stay in this room and away from the arrow. Yeah, I don't know about this. Let's kill what I can, then run out the arrow, and push them back to the south, maybe? I don't really know what to do. Maybe? I don't really know what would be better timing here. Yeah, maybe chasing the ones that escaped is the better option, actually. Because then I don't have very many spawning behind me. Gonna try not to go as far south as that force arrow is. Yeah, now any queen that runs to that force arrow is going to be stuck behind the other queen's roaches, which is actually advantageous. Alright. Now there is just one queen, and I could have totally hit that orb, but I didn't for some reason. I'll go do it after I deal with this. There we go. No more queens. Go hit the orb. That was a room. This room contains Wraithwings. In case that wasn't obvious enough. Looks to me like I should aim to kill off the Wraithwings, then just shove the goblin into the snake area after I'm done. Someone has to kill that snake. Wraithwing's not nearly as easy to control. For snake killing purposes, at least. Let's not go inside myself. That seems like a better idea. What I mean by control is that with a Wraithwing I can only push or pull it. With a Goblin I can actually direct it around with the sword. So not necessarily easier to control, but I have more control over it from a distance, if that makes any sense. Anyway. So what's this? We have a bunch of force arrows leading the way to a brain. And... I guess this is a Tight Quarters mimic puzzle. Where should I put him first? There we go. Wow, that's interesting. Ta-da! Alright. So that stairs I saw early on, I think it was in this room to the south of here. Yeah, that should be the exits, the end hold stairs, if I'm mistaken. Okay. You rock. You beat the small hold. Ro-Ro and everyone else is proud of you. Ro-Ro? Who's Ro-Ro? Okay. So wait, is Rothro the owner of the hold, or is he the person trying to clear it? I mean, I guess he could be both, but that's kind of weird. Oh, that makes... No, this says by Rothro. Ah, whatever. I guess they're online username. Alright. RPG 3.0 by Jason. Okay. Welcome to RP3G... I can't words. Welcome to RPG 3.0 by Jason. Yeah. Cheats behind the mastery door. The game. You're an exterminator. You get bored of using bug spray, so you pick up a sword, a cheap sword. The girl doesn't pay too well. Your mission is to explore the world, earn money, try out new jobs like thief, merchant, or wizard, and squash more monsters than you thought existed. Once you switch jobs, you no longer have the privileges of that job because you are a traitor. So try to finish everything a job can give you before moving on to the next. With your accumulated knowledge and wealth, you can buy many things, including houses, pets, incredible weapons, and start many quests, all unknown to all but the skilled. So your challenge is this: finish as many quests as possible, obtain the most wealth possible, buy, find, or make the best weapon possible, and all of this in the optimal order to receive the highest score possible. So if I'm understanding correctly, this is Skyrim? You enter the world as a freelance exterminator. What you leave as is your choice. Okay. This is a lighting effect right here. Alrighty. You start the tutorial. You feel different, as though your mind has just jumped off a plane without you. A new you. Coins. Weapon. I have 100 coins. My current weapon is a short sword. Okay. How's that a tutorial? Oh, never mind. This door is locked. I need to find a key. Well, I wasn't going that way until you cutscened me into it. Oh. Okay. Short sword for battle. And normal attack, wizard attack if you're a wizard. Use health potion. Flee. I'm not agile enough to flee. Okay. Use your short sword and give 2 damage. Give? That's weird word usage. Okay, I gave 3 damage. I got 10 coins and 10 XP. I have 10 50ths XP. Okay. Beethro kills his first roach. That's not how we usually kill roaches, is it? I found the key. Okay. Door opens itself if you're near it with the key. Okay. I was hoping I could dart around that guy since he wasn't facing me, but apparently I have to fight him. So I don't have any other options but to keep using my short sword, right? One damage. Okay. I gave 1 damage again. I gave 0 damage. 2 damage. I got 10 coins and 10 XP. I have 20 50ths XP. I'm not agile enough to flee from nothing. Okay. Oh no, a roach queen. I gave 1 damage, and this queen moves much slower. I got 25 coins and 25 XP. Alright. Beethro beats a roach queen. Food completely restores health, 15 coins. Crossbow adds 2 to total damage, costs 100 coins. Okay. Well, how do I tell you which one I want? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'll buy a crossbow. I don't actually know what my health is or how to look it up. I guess this was probably built before special commands. Beethro prepares his crossbow for battle. Oh, that's some nice damage. Oh. Beethro just died. If he had been in the real world, he would have lost 1/4 of his coins. This tutorial isn't that mean, though. Okay. Do I still have a crossbow? I guess so. Alright. Well, that happened. Well, it's in the bottom left in battle, but outside of battle it's not visible. Also, it gives me text for how much damage the enemy is taking, but nothing about how much damage I'm taking. There's no text. Well, anyway, I'm level 2 now. I have 1 skill points. Wait. Well, that's the tutorial? It didn't teach me anything. It just had me bunk into things. Okay, well, above ground. Hooray. Please clean out my cellar, Beethro. If you do, I'll give you a 100 coin bonus when you are done. Please clean out my cellar, Beethro. There is only 1 monster, but it is very hard to beat. I will give you a 75 coin bonus. Okay. If you give me 50 coins whenever you come here, I'll restore your health for free. Well, that seems like a good deal. Yes? Yes. My answer to yes isn't going to be no. Goes and cleans out a man's cellar. Okay. One at a time, eh? I have a health bar, but I don't have a number for how much health I have. That's the thing. So when I gave that guy 30 coins so he'd heal me whenever, I thought I'd be able to leave this cellar whenever I wanted and go use that heal. But for some reason the cellar blocked itself off behind me, unless of course it didn't and the scripting just isn't visible. But no, it looks like it did. If this were a real RPG, then I'd be able to go back to the end and heal as many times as I wanted in the middle of doing things, but I guess that's not the case here. Wow, we're actually employing a mechanic from the normal game. Amazing. That being trapdoors. So, brains normally can't do anything. Okay, they still can't do anything. That's pretty funny. Beethro cleans out the man's cellar. Well, I did that, actually. Thank you so much, Beethro. Here are 100 coins. Oh, thanks. So I feel like I should probably look for better equipment before taking on the tough monster. Candy is 1 mile straight ahead. Or did that say Gandy? I'm looking for a shop. What is this? Why are you trying to access the transporter? Can't I just look around? It does not open for just anybody, you know. You're a very chatty door. I assume the door is what was talking. There's some kind of canyon zone out here. Caverns. Only pass here if you search for the remaining fragment of the green orb. I guess I shouldn't pass. Okay. I'm just trying to find a shop, which is normally pretty easy. King Dugan's hunting grounds and other things. What are King Dugan's other things? Oh, there's like a million roaches over there. You have to pay 300 coins to gain the privilege to enter Gandhi. I don't have 300 coins. Leave then. Well, okay. I guess I can't use any shops. It's a good thing I bought a crossbow in the tutorial, or else the game would have probably been over by now. Alright. Oh look, it's the exact same map, but a different portion. I guess that makes sense since they're neighbors, but the distance between the two might not match up right. Goblin. There's a long wait. Okay. Health potion, which was not covered in the tutorial whatsoever. I guess we're assuming that that's self-explanatory? How many money do I have? I don't know. I don't know how to check. There was a thing that told me how much money I had before, but now there isn't. There are many new missions, weapons, and more in the city. Sure. So now I can leave or enter as much as I want, right? Some jobs have quests that you can only go on if you're currently at that job. You can switch jobs, but you can never switch back to that job. Switching jobs may lock off quests. Estate office. So, wait. If I leave and I come back, do I have to pay him again to... No. Okay. That was my concern. So actually what I want to do, I can go this way and I can just kill goblins, right? Or no? Oh, okay. Well, I thought I'd be able to kill one of the ones closer to the entrance of the room, but for some reason they didn't respond. That was kind of weird. Oh, you bump into them to... Okay. So if I wanted to, I'd have the option of just grinding out... Does it really matter, though? I have a free heal as often as I want. This is interesting, but it's not something that I think I'm gonna keep doing for very long. There's certainly a lot of work here. What's off to the west? Oh, City Underground. Cavern. Goblins here. Alright. I don't feel much like doing much more of this. Let's just continue. So hey, it looks to me like we're done with R, unless I've missed something. Hopefully I also haven't missed something new that came out between the last time. So, we're going to take a quick look at S.A.N.D., which is one of mine. This is a line from the Star Wars. And these are some rooms that exist. I think there are leaks in some of these rooms. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. sort of kind of pyramid structure to this whole thing. I've always wondered since building this room whether it's possible to complete it going the other way, going what I would perhaps call the wrong quote-unquote way. Although if you can complete it that way, it's not technically wrong. But I don't think anyone has yet found a way to complete this room going the other direction. That said, I don't necessarily remember at all how this goes. But I'm pretty sure you have to start it from the west, or at least the intended solution started from the west. That's a little more like it. Bah. This is taking me too long to remember how to do, or to think up how to do anew. This one, I think people had more trouble with it than intended. This is the idea to start with. Then you can actually spawn the guy. After which your goal is just to get him on the buttons properly. So the thing is, you don't need all 3 buttons down simultaneously. You just need them to be down at the right times. And I should move otherwise this was solved. I mean, I don't know. I don't recall any particular feedback to the effect of where the checkpoint should be. But this isn't really... like, there's not much in the way of trying to manage the pathfinding or anything, in my opinion. It's just sort of, you push him to the right place and it works. Whatever. Anyway, this introduced water barrels, but that's the second level, and I don't feel like going all the way through the first just to get there. I could restore to the second level, because of course I did test all of this at some point. Maybe not. This must be the computer I didn't test it on. Let's just play another hold that's not by me. This is Salamander by Jut, which is by Jut. Bithro wasn't entirely sure about this job. The Rooted Empire had sent for him to do an important, yet for the moment unspecified task. They had indicated to pay him a fairly reasonable amount of money, though, so Bithro had decided to at least check what this was all about and make decisions later. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Budkin. I'm glad you came at such short notice. Well, the payment sounded good. Yes, that's because we have hired you for a rather special job. You see, the Empire always seeks to improve and extend its resources. And one of those resources are the monsters that dwell in the Beneath. Yeah, plenty of those already, I'd say. So what is this need of extending resources? Because the Empire needs more versatile monsters. And because it always seeks for greater knowledge and abilities in general. Get to the point, please. I'd like to get through this quickly. Really, recently we managed to create an entirely new monster. The Salamander. What's the big deal? I've got lots of those in my backyard. Not a 7-foot-long carnivorous variety, I assume. You got a point there. Exactly. With the Salamander, we finally made a deadly monster that is able to survive both in the water and on the land. So, like spiders? Unfortunately, in the process, it adopted the habit to only move diagonally, but we are otherwise rather pleased with the result. And what exactly do you need me for? We'd like you to assess its dangers. A small dungeon has been set up for you to clear and evaluate the monster's behavior. You will be monitored, and your tactics will be of great value for our research. That sounds an awful lot like I'm just going to be a test dummy. Alright, and you're going to watch your salamanders chew me up. Not this time, Mr. Budkin. Not while you're valuable to us. It's just because the money's good, otherwise I'd be out of here. Very well then, let's get you started. Yeah, I was also a little disappointed by how many entries the custom contest had. There was I made 2. I had ideas to maybe use the chronovore that chews through walls or some other thing, but I couldn't make them work all that well. Here you can see a specimen of the newly bred monster. Its movement patterns are fairly simple. The salamander will only try to move diagonally towards you. Okay. In order of which is best. Watch out though, when the salamander is on a square adjacent to you, it will always attack, regardless if it moves orthogonally or diagonally. So when you're through southern door. Alright. I'll lead you to the training area then. Through this door, please. Sorry for all these security measures. And good luck. Obviously, salamanders cannot pass through 1 square wide passages or orthosquares. One of their strengths is being able to cross water. Note how they are able to pass tunnels, because they're characters. He's not moving. Is he stuck? Oh, there we go. If you don't leave the grass, the salamander will not move. You can also use your sword to prevent the salamander from moving. Note how you can back away while retaining this stable position. Okay. What do you have to say? Similarly, if you do not step on the dirt floor, the second salamander will stay put. Again, you can let it follow while keeping it under control. Okay. A horde of salamanders which all move on the same color of tiles is not very dangerous. If you face north and wait once while releasing them, the entire group will get stuck on you sword, and you can easily kill them one by one. Confirmed. I waited more than one turn though. A horde with salamanders on both colors of tiles is much trickier to deal with. Facing north continuously, you will have to back away slowly, killing salamanders mostly by backstepping and sidestepping. Do I need to face north, though? Maybe. Yeah, I see how this works. Okay. Oops. Salamanders cannot be distracted by invisibility or decoys because I presume that get natural target wasn't available when these were programmed. Brains won't have any effect on them either. So, I assume I should go ahead and kill this brain. Yeah, I think if I were to make a hold with these, I would probably update them to use natural target. Stalwarts and salamanders will ignore each other, however both are still able to kill each other. Oh boy. So how do we do this? Should I let out the salamander first? Maybe let out the left salamander, then the stalwart, and then open the door. Okay, that's not it. How do I start with this? I could try sending the other guy first. That won't do much. Maybe I should send the stalwart first, and then let this guy kill him, and then the other guy come through. Yeah, that must be it. I suspect that's what I'm supposed to do. Because it says something about them being able to kill each other. This hold and custom graphics for the salamander were created by Jut. Scripting logic for the salamander by Jut, with thanks to someone else for the script to find the location of player/self. Realization inspired by Chaco's Fireballs. Beta testing and HA review by Curious Shy Rabbit and Larry Merck. Alright. The many years of experience had led Beethro through the educational rooms without much trouble. Wondering if everything would be this easy, he confidently descended the stairs to the next level. Okay. So the thing is, the behaviors of existing both on water and land, that behavior by itself is easily replicated by using a player role that can't traverse shadows and putting spiders in, because spiders can exist in shallow water. I really like off this island. I don't know why, it's not that helpful. There's always one guy who gets kind of past me on the left side. There are wubbas in this room. They don't really look like they're part of the puzzle at all. They're just kind of randomly present in the way south part of the room that doesn't even look connected. It's a little bit of a weird decision. Like, if you wanted to call attention to the wubbas, in my opinion, they should just be on the island to begin with. If calling attention to the wubbas as a part of the solution was one's goal. Yeah, but they're way over there. The player's looking at this island and what all it opens. It doesn't really have any relationship to the levels. Whatever. Well, that was this room. Here's like a million buttons that need to all be pressed, I guess. What would be really interesting is if the salamanders turned into fish and then the fish also turned into bugs. I hope that reference was understood by somebody. It'd be really nice to get these guys out of their box first. Just all out of the box. And then I guess I need them on the north buttons first. And we don't want to go past there because that's the one place they can exit. I didn't already lose. I haven't even started the room yet. I'm just trying to see what the heck the room wants. So, how am I supposed to sort one diagonal from the other? Actually, do I even have to? Why don't I just open the doors one at a time and... oh. Well, this is just nonsense then. There's no way to actually make sure that I'm only carrying one of the diagonal types. Like, you don't have enough control over that. No, there's no way to do that. You can't distinguish one from the other and just luring them into another section of the room. They're just gonna all come, whichever one wants to, like that. I mean, I'm not really. I'm just hoping that they'll randomly decide to go the right way sometimes. That's rather different from intentionally controlling the situation. Like here, I don't know why whatever I was doing before isn't working. I guess that's it. Those arrows are making this very annoying. Also, I guess this, the scripting involved here must be rather heavy. It's not actually very friendly to undoing with a full horde. Those two just won't go. They're gonna get stuck on the force arrows again. There's no way to prevent that. Hooray, now this one's stuck on the other force arrow. Or not. Okay. I guess that they're designed a little more friendly than that. Still not sure about this one. Okay. I guess that was the idea. Whew. I feel like this would have been more satisfying if Briar did this instead of making me go do it. But maybe there were some unintended solutions that were prevented by not having Briar available. And I don't mean that Briar wasn't available to the architect, I just mean it wasn't in the room, being used as a solution finisher. Alright. I guess this was before the usual attack tile kill method of handling that need. became standard or was even possible, perhaps. I don't know exactly. If I ever get wasps off the ground and running, I should probably keep these ideas and tactics in mind, or just replay this hold for myself at that time, so I have some clue of how managing diagonal enemies works. Although wasps are not as intelligent as salamanders are, they don't try to flank around anything. So maybe the tactics are going to be pretty different. Okay. I don't really know what I'm looking at, so I'm inclined to just sort of run in and hit things and see if I understand afterward. Alright, so you don't want that. And I guess that's another separate trap that you're supposed to prevent them from getting themselves into. I don't know. Am I supposed to pull these roaches into the way of those guys? That seems plausible, except I'm not sure I can do that. Yeah, no, that guy's not gonna stay where I need him to go. I don't like how I don't have enough control over this roach to put him anywhere useful. He's just gonna run right through the force arrows and get in the way. And go the wrong way. Like, there's no way a roach is gonna stay where I need it to. Trying to put it on an arrow. I'm just trying to figure out where it's even useful for it to go in the first place. But as far as I can tell, there's really none of these locations that a roach is going to easily stay in. Even if I got one of them around here, somehow I'd have to drag all the other ones into place too, and that's not really going to work. Like, the only way that I could see to correctly block these guys off would be, like, to put the roaches over here in these 4 tiles or something. But obviously I'm not supposed to do that, because there's no way that would work. I'm supposed to stick them on those. Because at least they'll kind of stay. Or not. Nope. I can't keep more than 3 of them like this. Why what? So I guess I just need to leave the 3 of these here and kill the other 2? Because I don't see any other options. I doubt that will actually work. Yeah, no, they slip right through. Why would there be an invisibility potion if I'm not supposed to use it? That seems really strange. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So where can I keep them long enough to hit all the trapdoors? Because I can't keep them there. And again, we're running into problems with undo. I don't know what else I can do with them, besides just drag them straight down there. So, let's try... I don't understand the placement of that door. I guess it's so that I can't do what I was thinking of and just drop all the trapdoors first. Or not all of them, but just most of them. Like what? How am I supposed to keep the roaches in place while I'm dropping the trapdoors? There's no way. I have to go south of here, and if I do that, then I can't possibly put the roaches back. The potion's range is too... Even if I'm invisible, this is too close to them. Like, it seems like this room was built for there to not be anything over on the right side and for me to just do this. And that would open the trapdoor gate. But no. It doesn't matter. I need to get all the trapdoors. I can't just get some of them. Okay then. Well, that occurred. Alright. Now what does this want? I guess that's not what I'm supposed to do. In which case, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I don't really understand how the decoys are supposed to be useful. Yeah, there's no way. Maybe you just make a straight up wall? I don't think there's enough room to step back and kill all of these, though. I need a lot more space, and I can't really get it. Everywhere else has somewhere they can slip through. No, this is the farthest out that they can go. And that checkpoint is useless if I need to go as far forward as possible right away. I don't see how this is ever supposed to work. Like, I'm gonna get surrounded unless I completely block one way off, but even if I do that, there's still too many of them to step back and get them all. I don't know. I don't think this is the right idea. Like, it's clearly not working. Maybe I should try going the other way and somehow there's a difference? It looks fairly symmetrical, but I guess it's possible that their move orders are different or something in a way that's convenient. There's no way. There is always too many of them on one side or the other. This just leads back to the entrance. So I guess this is the last room in the level. If this configuration of decoys isn't right, I don't see what other one could possibly help. No. Yeah, I have no idea how to make this work. There are not enough decoys in this room. With 3 or so, I could probably make this work. That doesn't matter though, because that color is still available from the other side. So they're still going to come after me from the other side anyway. Like, they're not going to magically stop coming just because I'm not on their color. Is Twitch giving you ads? Sorry. I'm not making any money off of it. And there's nowhere else to put the decoys, because if they're anywhere other than the center, then they're not blocking off enough to cut off a single side. So there's no good. That I wouldn't know. I've been using AdBlock basically everywhere for a long time. As far as I'm concerned, nothing works. This is way too much to demand of the player in the very first level of your custom element mold, in my opinion. Like, if you're going to have multiple levels, then you should probably introduce however this room is supposed to work first, and then later ask for this kind of room. Like, have something smaller and easier that teaches you this trick before asking you to master it completely, whatever the trick is supposed to be here. Because I'm not making any sense whatsoever of what this room wants. I mean, that's fine, but that could be fine if you had a room preceding this one that actually taught you whatever it is this room expects me to magically know about how they work. And there is a tutorial, but it doesn't really, like, I don't know, I have no intuition and no way to calculate whether or not they're going to be able to pass a certain obstacle in a certain way. As far as I can tell, they're going to get past no matter what obstacle I put in the way unless it completely blocks them. As far as I'm concerned, I can't do this without another mimic. I need a third mimic to do something to the ones that I leave open. Because the only way to not get hit from behind is to completely block a direction. I have looked at this for long enough. I'd like to move on. Sam 8 by Sam, also by Sam. Entrance 1 of L1. Okay. We had an arbitrary cutscene and then the Roach Queen spawned. Because I guess somebody was averse to just placing roaches. Okay. I guess we're gonna go push a bunch of buttons for some reason. Okay. Are we doing this for... Oh boy. I guess this is a thing happening. Alright. Someone decided that this was necessary. This, is it later in this room? Is there something that I could have prevented having to do this? I'd like to know that, but, oh yeah, there is. Hooray, I can go north. So, you could build just this room and, like, or a room like this in your hold and call the hold, hey. No, not hey. Just call the room, call the hold, Beethro stands on buttons for an hour. There's a mimic in this room. That room always cutscenes, apparently. What is... Oh boy. How do I start you off on that? I should probably put the mimic inside first, right? If possible. Should I? Hold on. I should probably desync my sword with his to make that more doable. Maybe. It seems like it would take longer. Maybe not. Yeah, this is kind of a pain to try to make the mimic help me with. I guess he would be not much going the way I need him to anyway, because I'm going to left. I'm going right and he needs to go left if I were doing this. Alright. At least this tedium is nice and quick, unlike a certain other trapdoor room we've seen. You just hold down a button for a while and Beethro goes right where you need him to. Hooray. So, okay, that's good. I don't have to do the button thing just to continue. What is this? It would, actually. It'd help fine because you'd be clicking, like you'd still be doing one input instead of like 30,000 in order to reach a certain thing. That's the thing. Oh. I guess we're a seep now? Okay. And we're doing this now. Alright. This room would be helped by just click and Beethro goes. Well, just click and the player character goes. If that effect were restricted to Beethro, then it would be a little upsetting. I guess okay, there we go. I'm supposed to go there. Oh, and now we're a seep again. Was that supposed to happen? I wonder where I'm supposed to go now. Okay, well that closed the doors down here, so maybe I'm supposed to, whoops, go this way? Okay. That's an interesting assessment. Oh, now we're a Wraithwing, which means we can't push this button. So I guess I should go this way. Pardon me. Oh look, I can skip most of that because I understand how force arrows work. Maybe the architect understood too and decided to include a deliberate shortcut, but I'm uncertain. Okay, so that opened that. So I guess I go this way. And now we have an orb puzzle because we wanted it, I guess. What do these do? Open, close, close, toggle, close, open, toggle. Oh, here we go. So we need to close those. And there we go. Very simple. Just look for the one that doesn't close anything. Just toggles. Maybe V-throw again for this button? No? Oh, I just needed to stand there instead of the other place. Oh, we found something. Everybody's having fun in the hot tile room, and a miniature version of the entrance thing that we did. Okay. Hi. These guys are building. I guess I'll just let them. That would... Okay, maybe I entered too soon, but I'm just gonna sit in my corner until they open the way. There we go. I'm assuming there's not a room to the north of here that I can access from that area, only from this area. We go east. And we're back near the... Okay, we're still in the same level, I guess. Hey, is this a normal actual room? I mean, I guess normal is a bit of a strange quantifier, but I mean, like, here we have, like, roach queens to kill and stuff. That's something. I didn't even look to see if there was a red door, I just assumed there was. So... what is my goal now? I guess to go push that, so I should go north. Oh cool, I don't actually have to fight those. That's nice. I didn't realize it quickly enough, or I would have been a little happier. Okay, this is an event and a half. I'm just gonna keep having places in the rooms that are like that. Should I have... I probably needed to move the water platform somewhere first? Maybe? Oh, wait. Okay, I feel dumb. It's fine, I'm the only one suffering, right? One thing that I think might be a bit of a missed opportunity is, like, with rounded off obstacles like that, what if you could move diagonally with a raft through just from those? Like, a wall prevents you from diagonal movement with a raft, but it'd have been cool if, like, you had an obstacle type that was like a wall, except that if you're on a platform, you can move diagonally past it. I guess puffs kind of fulfill that role, though. Alright, more bridge dropping. I'm so tempted to say that's racist, even though that's a really stupid thing to say. Welcome to the Hold Plus experience. All you have to do is hold plus. Or whatever your keyboard equivalent of plus is. It won't be optimal, but it sure will get the job done. I just reached for the plus key again, even though I didn't need to. We can go this way, and we're supposed to, maybe? This is where the exit level is, so I'm gonna say yes. This is what I should do. Here's level 2, which is entrance 3. Bomb. Blow that up. Did I want to do that? I sure hope so. I held plus for quite a long while. That's a keyhole, alright. We're gonna have a key that we're gonna find at some point, I assume. Can I open this and make this easy? I'm not seeing anything lighting up as connected to this. Unless I'm just blind about it. Oh, here it is. Actually, this will also unleash the Briar, so I don't really have to fight anything. Let's do this the smart way. So push this and push that, and just don't interact with that part of the room at all. Instead, I'm going to wait until... So... what's with this darkened room clear gate? I guess I don't really care. I just need to wait around for... Oops. I jammed the key a little too much. Back a few. I think I have to follow this guy around. So be prepared for lots of bumping sounds. Beethoven's animation while rapidly bumping and unbumping is pretty funny. Okay, I'm going to assume that something happens if I stand on this gate. Yeah, that's okay. Entrance 4. Yep. Entrance 7. Oh, there's stalwarts here to help me. Hi, thanks guys. I can't really see very well in this room. But, okay, let's... I think that's what that does. Yeah, there we go. Somebody remind me to turn alpha blending off after this room. So, there's tar switching tokens over there, but if my goal is to get rid of the tar stuff, then surely I'm better off just doing this. I am guessing / hoping that when I go touch that key up there, it's going to do something that won't leave me trapped here. Perfect stop. Alright. I bumped the key. Okay, now I just walk where the key was. 3 chests, one has no think, one has 3 key, and one has a big key. Okay, I guess I'll open them all then. 1 big key, 3 key, locked. Locked? So, too bad. So I'm allowed to open 2 of them then, because the third one was locked. So I guess I want a big key and 3 keys, right? That's how this works. Usually you want a piece of heart from this kind of minigame, but what's over here? This is a lock, you need a key. Okay. I guess I'll destabilize this whole system here. Alright then. Oops, I pushed a button. I'm probably supposed to have done that, I hope. Oh, trapdoor thing. Okay. Okay. So, what do I do now? Okay. I'm amazed that I guessed at what it wanted me to do. Was bumping these guys. So are these... They're kind of halfish, huh? Alright. Somebody coded multi-half. Multi-half, we need multi-half to be a thing. Like, just the bump to follow and bump to stop alone would be an interesting thing to put in as a multi-half scripted element. Maybe the multi-half could be killable too? If you do not know what there are, go left. If I don't know what there are, I guess I don't know what there are, so I'll go left. This is a teleporter. They are one use to use step on it. Okay. Alright. How? How? By pushing the buttons, I assume? Another B-throw just existed there. Alright. I didn't really need that explained, to be honest. I mean, I could have probably, like, figured out what I was supposed to do at least. Oops. Oh, whoops. Actually, never whoops. I can just do this. Hope I didn't need that mimic for anything. This feels like some kind of surrealist art project. Or something. Just happens to be built in the medium of a Drodhold. Absurdist, perhaps? Is that what I wanted? Did I want that? I hope that's what I wanted. No, okay. So, let's see. This does that, this does that. So I guess I want to just push the left one, by which I mean the south one, because that opens those two. The mimics aren't reacting to my actions. That's weird. Oh, now they're... Oh, wait. Yeah, now they... Okay. They were just in Forcer. Oh. Okay. This was a decision that was made. One turn cutscenes every turn. Except for this one. Not that hot tile in particular. What? I think I found a bug. Someone needs to submit a bug report. I found the hot tile that won't kill you in this room. We're disarmed. So, I guess I am gonna just make my way to the teleporter. Presuming that's what I'm supposed to do. Poof. Oh, okay. I don't even have to clean that up myself. They'll clean it up. Okay. Nope. There we go. The thing is, it said teleporters were one use only, but I'm pretty sure you can use any of these multiple times if you feel like it. I mean, if you get put back next to it, then you can. I don't know. Is there a red door in this room? I'm just going to behave as though I know there is, because there might be. I think we don't want to push the buttons here. Yeah. Someone told the architect that Dorad is a game where you navigate mazes, and they took it very literally. Very, very literally. This is weird because, like, it's so big and there's so much obvious effort that went into scripting a lot of things that, like, it doesn't feel like a low effort thing the way that, like, Bad Evil Restaurant is. But at the same time, like, the effort that's put in doesn't seem to have been done in a way that was intended to make it a good game, to make it a good hold exactly, just an interesting hold. I don't know. Well, there's a death war going on to my east. I guess that's a cool. This is really awkward to walk through this. Okay. Green door down. Up. Oh. I guess those are scripted? Yep. So even if you don't go that way, they're still going to behave. Hotel. The bridge is out. Yeah, because some dumb mimics decided to break it. So here's the hotel. Entrance 12, the hotel. We chose to name the entrance. Please no swords. Hold on. I gotta restore this. Yes. Please no swords. I can leave though. Okay, it still says please no swords. Half's here. Actual Half. He can't open them. You guys are in the way. Alright. Well, you're still following me. Entrance 15. Half is back. I can't open these doors myself because there's no power token. I wonder what I'm supposed to be doing in here. Am I meant to actually stay in one of these hotel rooms? I guess Half is supposed to be the concierge or whatever that word is. So, maybe I've done enough nonsense here, and I can go make the bridge exist now. Please, no swords. I don't have a sword. Okay, the bridge is back, but I can't actually use it. Well, now it's really out. That's like a madness mantra. The bridge is out, the bridge is out, the bridge is out. So I'm supposed to still do something else in the hotel, I guess. Maybe one of these rooms I'm meant to do something in? Is it one of the ones near Half? Like, is there any distinction? I don't see any graphical distinction between one of these hotel rooms and the others. So, am I supposed to go to one of them? Or is this just how the hold ends? You walk into a hotel and you open all the doors and you can't actually sleep in any of the beds. I guess I'm just gonna wander into the rooms until something happens. I got 3 keys and a big key, and by my count I've only used 2 keys. Whether or not one of the keys I used was a big key was not specified, but alright, I have a idea. Let me No, okay. Only you, so this is never editable. I was hoping I could go look at the room in the editor and see if there was anything, like any scripting that I could visibly check on. You'd think there would be more explanation as to what this is all about, but maybe I'm not supposed to interact with the hotel at all? The north end of the corridor.
Follow me. Yeah.
I guess I might have at some point. Could be. Let's just try everything. Oh, can I have a room? Sorry, no room available. Well, can I clear out you cellar? Okay. Alright, never mind. I see how simple this was supposed to have been. Whoops. Ah, well. Here we are in the cellar. Going from RPG to this, I'm not sure which cellar clearing was less glorious. More inglorious? Anyway. You got some dudes in your cellar. I'm just gonna clear them out for you. And you've got some of what I was once. And you've got trapdoors. I'll just take care of those. And it looks like you've got an infestation of mud for no reason. And am I mistaken, or is that also some tar you've got piled up that's going to be really tedious to, This still isn't quite as tedious as if the left and right tar were over walls, but... Oops. Oh, hey, there's some buttons in your cellar too, and we gotta push them all, because this is the hold where we push all the buttons. This is like... This hold starts really stupid, but it descends into an insane madness to a point where something familiar is like, hey, this is nice, this is like what I'm used to from this hold. We're back to the norm of being really strange. This would certainly be made less irritating with pathfinding and quick move, but I guess it would lose its charm or something. Someone needs to make a hold that looks like this, that looks like it's going to be this way, except that actually it turns out at the end you're not supposed to. Okay, sorry. Anyway, but there should be like unexpected shortcuts in every single one of the tedious things. I don't think I was supposed to push that button. I think I was just supposed to clear the room and leave. Well done. Here is 5,000 Grekles. Okay. Is the bridge back in now? No, the bridge is out still. Oh, I guess we're fixing it actually. It still says the bridge is out, but I guess they haven't had time to update the sign yet, so that's not entirely fair, is it? Here's a thing that I could traverse very slowly if I wanted to. That's not a normal water skipper down there, is it? I think it's drunk. They're digging graves, that's cool. Here is the room of tables, and one of them is floating in midair. I guess that's a Jaffa table. I don't know if that meme is known by anyone. There's this storage solution for kitchens called Jaffa that, I don't know, the commercials kept talking about how the items floated in midair. Also, these guys are trying to kill me. Alright, sure. This makes sense. I guess this is the part where Bithro is almost but not robbed by these guys. Well done. Well done? Are you telling me how you want your burger? Well, alright. Here's another drunk water skipper. And I can choose to go east, or I can go the other way. What's the other way? Oh, a secret room. Cool. This is where we put the puzzles. See here, this right here? This is the puzzles. All of them. All of the puzzles right here. That's why we made it the secret room, because we put all the puzzles in it. And there's this is also where we put the literal kitchen sinks. Just in case you thought we weren't going to do that joke, we also put the kitchen sink in here. Alrighty, that was the secret room of the hold, I think. Postmastery is right over there, maybe. If you're lucky and good, it might be. 32nd place. That tells me that at least 31 other people have experienced this hold. Alright, I conquered Sam 8, and it had a default ending text. And apparently there were 2 other secrets somewhere. Alright. Where? Let's see. There's a secret in level 1, and there's another secret in level 3. Alright. Well, yeah, but some of them were edited. I don't know. Well, that was a thing that someone decided to put together and post. How old is this? This is City Beneath era. So about the time people were definitely making quality holds like Salamander, this was also built. Alright. My caps lock is on. Well, I think this is enough for today. It's like 4. We've looked at 4 holds that weren't mine. So for the moment, thank you for watching. I guess we'll be back to look at a tutorial next time. And then go to school twice. Next week should be normal stream schedule as far as I know. And that's about it. Yeah. Alright, so farewell for now.